10 warning signs of poor circulation you shouldn't ignore. Have you ever had your hands freeze so much that you thought you were at the North Pole? Or when you were walking, your feet suddenly went numb, and you said, "Oh man, what's this?" These could be warning signs of poor circulation in your body. In this video, we're going first to understand what poor circulation is and why it happens, then we're going to check out 10 warning signs that, if you see them, you need to take action immediately. I also have some solutions for you, so stay with me until the end. Let's first see what poor circulation is and why it happens. Blood circulation is the system that carries blood from the heart to all body parts, including the brain, hands, feet, skin, and even fingertips. Now, if this flow is slow or disrupted, it means we have poor circulation. For example, if blood can't reach your feet properly, you may feel cold, numb, tingling, or even achy. It can also cause fatigue, dizziness, or headaches. Poor circulation is when your arteries become blocked or narrowed, like a city with its main roads blocked. This is called poor circulation. What are the effects? When blood doesn't reach different parts of your body, many problems can occur. For example, your hands and feet freeze because they can't get warm blood. Or your muscles hurt when you walk because they don't get enough oxygen. Your wounds may take longer to heal because your body can't get the materials it needs. Some factors can also cause this, such as a sedentary lifestyle. If you spend hours lying on the couch and don't move, the blood in your veins becomes sluggish. For example, if you are always at the card table or just watching TV shows, this can be a problem. Smoking. Smoking narrows the blood vessels and makes it harder for blood to flow. It's kind of like deliberately blocking the road. Unhealthy diet. Fatty and sugary foods, like fast food, chips, soda, cause bad cholesterol to build up and narrow arteries. It's like driving from a paved road to a dirt road full of potholes. Diseases. Several diseases, such as diabetes and high blood pressure, can damage the arteries and reduce blood flow. For example, in diabetes, high blood sugar damages the arteries. Being overweight. Excess weight puts pressure on the heart and makes it harder to pump blood. As we age, our arteries become stiffer and less flexible, especially after the age of 50 or 60. High stress. Stress can cause your arteries to constrict and reduce blood flow. If you're constantly worrying about your job and life, this can take a toll on your body. Genetics. If there's a family history of heart or vascular disease, for example, your dad or mom had heart problems, you may be more susceptible. Why is it important not to ignore these symptoms? Because it can lead to dangerous things like peripheral artery disease, PAD, infected wounds, a heart attack, or even a stroke. According to the Cleveland Clinic, poor circulation is very common in older adults, and if caught early, it can be prevented from worsening. So let's get to know the symptoms. 1. Constantly cold hands and feet. Have your hands ever felt so cold that they feel like they've been put in a freezer? When your hands and feet don't get enough blood, they stay cold because your heart can't pump enough warm blood and oxygen there. This problem is worse in the winter, but if your hands and feet are always cold even in the summer, it could be a sign of narrowed arteries. For example, if you consistently wear wool socks and your feet still get cold, it could be a warning sign that your body is telling you, "Hey, pay attention to me." What to do? Try adding circulation-boosting foods like ginger and cayenne pepper to your meals. Regular movement, even a 10-minute walk, can make a big difference. Don't underestimate your power to move. 2. Numbness or tingling in your limbs. Have you ever fallen asleep and felt like a swarm of ants was crawling on you? If blood isn't reaching your nerves, you'll feel numbness or tingling, like pins and needles. This could be because your nerves complain that they're not getting enough blood. Poor circulation can compress the nerves, leading to temporary or even chronic tingling. Lifestyle tip. Stretch your legs, stand up regularly, and do light leg exercises throughout the day. Also, foods rich in vitamin B12 and magnesium can help protect your nerves and improve blood flow. 3. Swelling in your hands and feet. Have you ever had your socks so tight that they leave a stretch mark on your feet? When blood doesn't flow properly, fluids build up in your body, causing your hands or feet to swell. When circulation slows, blood and fluids can pool in your lower legs, especially if you sit or stand for long periods. This problem is more common in older people or those who sit for hours. Try this. Keep your feet elevated when resting. Yes, really elevate your feet. Add potassium-rich foods like bananas and sweet potatoes to your diet, and reduce salt intake as much as possible to reduce water retention. 4. Muscle cramps. Ever feel your legs lock up while you walk and want to sit down? Our muscles need oxygen to function. When your blood supply is low, they can become numb and painful. This pain usually occurs in your calves or thighs and improves with rest. For example, if you've been out for a walk one day and suddenly your legs cramp, it could be a sign of peripheral vascular disease, PAD, which means your arteries are narrowed. This problem is more common in people who smoke or have diabetes. What to do? Drink more water throughout the day. Eat foods rich in potassium, like bananas, avocados, and sweet potatoes. And most importantly, keep moving. Even gentle stretching every 2 hours can help increase circulation and prevent muscle cramps. 5. White or blue skin. Have you ever noticed your fingers suddenly turn white or blue? Lack of blood causes your skin to change color because it's not getting enough oxygen. This discoloration usually occurs in the fingers or toes. It can also be related to a condition called Raynaud's disease, in which the blood vessels in the fingers or toes overreact to cold or excessive stress. If, for example, you notice that your fingers turn white one day and then become pale, this means that blood is not getting there. This could be a sign of a serious problem with your veins, so you should see a doctor immediately. What to do? Keep your hands and feet warm, avoid sudden changes in temperature, and massage them gently to improve circulation. If symptoms persist, see a doctor. 6. Wounds that don't heal. Have a small wound on your foot that hasn't healed for months? The body needs blood and oxygen to repair the wound. If your circulation is poor, the wound will take longer to heal. This problem is more common in the feet because it makes it harder to get blood there. For example, if you have a small scrape on your foot that hasn't healed in a few weeks, it could be a sign of poor circulation. This is especially dangerous for people with diabetes, as wounds can become infected and even lead to amputation. What to do? Clean wounds daily, keep them dry, and avoid putting pressure on them. Boost circulation with gentle foot exercises. And most importantly, if it doesn't heal within 2 weeks, see a doctor. If you notice this, don't wait. Consult your doctor to rule out serious problems like diabetes or PAD. 7. Hair loss on arms and legs. Have you ever noticed that your legs are hairless, as if you just waxed them? Hair needs blood and nutrients to grow. If the blood supply is low, the hair falls out. Hair follicles need nutrient-rich blood to increase. Poor circulation can stop hair growth on your arms and legs or cause them to thin out. You may want to check your circulation to see if you've noticed unexplained hair loss in your arms or legs. This is a common sign of peripheral arterial disease, PAD, and is more common in older adults. Here's a solution. Eat foods rich in omega-3s, like walnuts and flax seeds. Massage your feet regularly to stimulate blood flow. Drink plenty of water, and avoid wearing tight clothing that restricts circulation. 8. Weak pulse. Have you ever tried to feel your ankle pulse and couldn't feel anything? If the veins are narrow or blocked, the pulse in your hand or foot will be weak. An easy way to test is to check your wrist or ankle pulse. If you can barely feel it or don't feel it at all, this could be a sign of peripheral arterial disease, PAD. This problem is more common in older people or people who smoke, and is a serious warning sign. What to do? Compare the strength of the pulse on both sides, left leg versus right leg. If one side is weaker or absent, talk to your doctor. They may recommend an ultrasound or an ankle brachial index test. 9. Dizziness when standing. Ever feel like the world is spinning when you stand up quickly? Blood must reach your brain faster when you suddenly change positions from sitting or lying down to standing. If your circulation is poor, there may be a delay, and you may feel dizzy or lightheaded. This is especially true when you stand up quickly. What to do? Get up slowly, drink plenty of water, and avoid skipping meals. If dizziness occurs frequently, get your blood pressure and iron levels checked. 10. Chest pain, angina. Have you ever felt like your chest was heavy, like climbing stairs, and gets better with rest? But it's a severe symptom, because it can indicate a heart attack. If you experience this pain, or if it's accompanied by a cold sweat, shortness of breath, or nausea, call 911 immediately. Now that we've covered these 10 warning signs, let's take a look at some natural ways to improve your circulation. Regular exercise. Aerobic activities like brisk walking, jogging, swimming, or cycling help your muscles and blood vessels contract and expand, improving circulation. Try getting at least half an hour of moderate exercise daily to improve your blood flow. Healthy diet and nutrients. Foods like garlic and onions, allicin, hot peppers, capsaicin, beets, citrus fruits, oranges, lemons, berries, and leafy greens, spinach, kale, improve blood flow. These foods are rich in vasodilators, such as nitrates, and antioxidants, which help open blood vessels and deliver nutrients to tissues. Quit smoking and avoid bad habits. Smoking causes narrowing and clogging of the arteries and compromises blood circulation. Quitting smoking is a priority. Also, avoid sitting or standing for long periods. Get up and walk around every hour. Drinking enough water and controlling your weight also help with healthy blood flow. Manage stress and get enough sleep. Anxiety and lack of sleep can raise blood pressure and disrupt blood circulation. Improve the condition of your arteries and blood pressure with methods such as yoga, meditation, or deep breathing, as well as having a regular night's sleep. Reducing stress helps regulate your heart rate and increase optimal blood supply. Implementing these simple strategies can effectively strengthen your body's blood circulation. Rest assured, small daily changes in your lifestyle can make a big difference and help reduce the warning signs of poor circulation. If you want to know more about narrowed arteries, don't miss this video. Thank you for watching.